Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And yes, we are back with the three amigos, and we are still not as cute as video one. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch video number one because I was smiling the whole time. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Super excited to be here.
Yep. And Dion?
Howdy, everybody. Doing great. Ready for round three.
There you go. So what I want to talk about here as we set up 2022, it is right around the corner. It's coming whether we like it or not. I thought what the three of us should do is maybe go round robin a couple of times. So do 6 or 9, so 3 each, 2 each, whatever it is, and really try to talk to people that are what I call the spectators, right? They have an interest, but they're still sitting there, whatever it is. Because now all of us have a growing following of people that are players at doing the work and are practicing in a buy box and daily discipline. I want to encourage all those people to keep going because I think the market is coming to them. I think supply is coming. I think prices will slow down, the real estate slow down while rents explode. So those folks, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. But what I want to do here is I want to see if we can't get 1 or 2 people off the sidelines to do the work. And again, as we saw in episode 2, I will try to do it nicely. Matt will try to embarrass you, and Dion will be somewhere in the middle. Why don't we go to the middle first? Dion, what is the first thing you would tell somebody who is a spectator today, by my definition, that wants to get in the game?
It would be really nice if we could just buy a rental portfolio that made 6 figures.
Yeah,
just whatever it takes. Just I'm going to buy that. Okay, now I've got this machine that generates $100,000 a year in profit that I can live off of. It'd be really nice if we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can, but they're not willing to put in the 5 to 10 years that purchase takes.
Yeah.
So we look at that first deal and we think, that rental is only going to make $150 a month. Why am I going to go through all the hoops and jump and talk to a lender 15 times at least to get this one purchase done, to get that $100? Well, if you don't get that first rental, you don't get the portfolio. You don't get the freedom without taking action. So for that person that's sitting on the sidelines, you can't buy a $100,000 portfolio. Most of us, right? There's a few probably who could, but I couldn't. But can you learn how to save? Can you work on your credit score? These are the things that you can do right now. Taking action doesn't mean making an offer and getting accepted.
No, exactly.
Things that it takes to get to the point of making that offer. And then talk to a lender. Find out how much can you borrow. So before you're even making offers, I've given you 3 steps that can take a lot of your time. And even if you never invest, those 3 steps will help you. But once you get to the point where you talk to a lender and you know how much you can borrow, it just makes sense to take the next small step.
Awesome. All right, Matt, time to kick them.
They're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it? Just going to keep being spectators, drinking beer, eating popcorn?
Yep. Watch my Lamborghini drive past them that says your rent on the license plate.
Yeah.
Not going to do it. Yep. Nope. Most people are not going to do it. They're going to sit there. They're going to,
feed negativity, crash.
Think about, negativity. It's going to crash. It's rigged. I can't win. I needed more of an education. I need a better job. I need to get paid more for the menial job that I do that doesn't really add a whole lot of value because I don't really care because I'm not really good at it. So I just go in and I punch the clock every day and I check the box. And checking the box should get me be able to check the next box. And so, they're swimming in a pool of mediocrity. And for most people, that's not going to change. So that's fine. I'll keep on winning. I'll keep on taking that next step, growing the next step. Largely, I'll probably try to employ you because labor is hard to find. Then after I find out that you're a box checker, I'll fire you. This is what it's going to be. So,
so there are different personality types watching us right now. And I challenge you, the person watching this right now that doesn't have a rental yet, freaking prove Matt wrong. Send us that first deal that you close on because you watched this video and Matt said you weren't going to do it.
Yeah, not going to do it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give you some sugar.
Get comfortable. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, I will give you some sugar after that bitter pill to swallow. Here's the deal. When I talk about this player, speculator, or spectator, my biggest fear is people who are player and they think they have to have deals, right? Dion talked about earlier. There's all kinds of stuff you could do now after you decide. It is a simple decision that gets you out of the stands and onto the field. It's equally a decision to get you off the field and back into the stands. I will admit that as well. But here's the deal. When I look at what we're doing with one rental at a time, how to get started one rental at a time, all step 1 and step 2 in this analogy is practice. It's practice. How did Michael Jordan get good at what he wasn't born that way? Sure, he had some natural gifts, but he practiced. How did I build a portfolio? Practice. I looked at my one buy box, which was this freaking big, for 3 years.
Mhm.
Fresno is a massive market. I looked at like 2% of it for 3 years. I got pretty good at that small market. So I built how to get started one rental at a time, unbeknownst to me, the Spectator player avenue, because I knew practice was important. Every day, focus, daily discipline. You are building your own spreadsheet because I am forcing you to practice. What do I tell you you're trying to figure out? What is average in your market? You can't figure out average unless you practice. And once you practice enough and you can tell me my average is 6 or 11 or 47, if it's 47, you better buy the deal or your numbers are wrong. I'm just saying. But once you know the average, you are set up to get in the game and write that offer, because you don't buy. If you are following one rental at a time, we don't do average ever. We do good or great, because stuff happens and your great deal may be turned good. Your good deal may turn average. Don't buy average, because if something wacky happens and it's bad. So again, my entire strategy now for 3 years has been built on helping people practice. And I didn't even know that when I started. But so that's my first one. Let's try this one more round. Dion, what is your number 2?
A lot of people need motivation. They need some visual goal. So some people have a vision board.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, when I first started doing rentals, I thought, well, if I put up a whiteboard at my house, because I run a CDL school, we have whiteboards everywhere. Everything is documented on a whiteboard. And I thought, if I put a picture up there of my property, and I saw that it filled this much of the whiteboard, there's all of this material that I want to fill.
Oh.
What I ended up with, and this is behind the scenes secret squirrel sauce stuff on how I've been successful at renting in real estate.
Wow.
This is my vision board. It is a vision book. So in this book,
I love that.
each property of mine gets 10 pages.
Okay.
Cover stuff that can matter. But in this here, it's a picture of the property, what I paid for it, the original mortgage, the first renter, the actual keypad book for the locks so I can change the codes.
Nice.
Everything I need to do to run my business is in this book, right?
That is awesome.
But do you see how many sets of 10 pages there are?
Wow.
I got a lot to fill.
And oh, by the way, you could get a
Fine.
second book.
Right. Actually, I have another one. It's
Yes.
It's 2 feet. You guys have seen it in some of my thumbnails. So the goal is to fill this one and then go to the big book. But what are you going to use to motivate yourself? Is it tracking the cash flow and seeing it change on a spreadsheet?
Mm-hmm.
Is it putting in pictures? Is it telling everybody you interact with on social media what you do, which I advise everybody to do, because you never know who's going to bring you that next deal.
Yeah. I buy 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I put up a Facebook post about once a quarter where I give $500 to anybody that brings me a real estate deal that I end up buying in cash.
Yeah.
So let them know. But each person is different. What will motivate you? For me, it's filling a book.
Oh, that is awesome. Can you send me the Amazon link for that empty book? That one was really cool. I've never seen that book.
You text me your address, I'll buy you one.
Ooh, Christmas gift. I like
So
it.
there you go.
Thank you, buddy. And Matt, all right, number 2, kick him, poke him. What are you gonna do this time? That first one was rough, man. Can you be a little nicer? Shit.
No,
No,
probably
that
not.
was the nice one.
No, I was going to say, I was going from nicest to meanest.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, down. All right. Round 2. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think that, you made it too easy for them. They buy your book, they spend $300 on a course, they watch some videos. Like, what are you, high?
Oh, I'm
Like,
sorry.
seriously? Like,
It is that
you realize
easy,
how
by the way.
hard I had to work my ass off to get my first deal? You realize how hard I had to work? You
Yeah.
realize how many phone calls I had to make? You realize the abuse that I had to take in my early 20s from every contractor and his brother
Yeah.
about the work that every single house I looked at needed? You realize the torture I went through? Yeah, whatever. Like, people, keep on being lazy, everybody. Don't do what's easy. Don't buy a $15 book. Don't buy a $300 course. I mean, yeah, like, it was made way too easy. So yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it just separates me that much more from everybody else because I had to figure it out on my own.
Wow.
So yeah,
I was 6 years into investing when I finally found this book, and I thought, this is the playbook.
Yeah.
This is what I did. This would have saved me at least 5 of those 6 years.
Yeah.
So
At least it made too easy. So whatever, people can sit there and, they can, have another eggnog and,
Yeah.
go grab another cookie.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've taken great pain to again, I don't sugarcoat anything, right? It's step one, step two, step three. Figure it out. Here's the path. Yes, it's
Mhm.
bumpy, all of that. And then, oh, by the way, we got rock stars like you adding all these bonus sections, because one thing I never do is talk about what I don't know. Cheat code 12, 4321, self-management. Never freaking did it. You guys have. Oh, by the way, we're going to add more content about, hey, it's in escrow. What do you do now? Hey, we just closed. What do we do now? We are giving back in such a huge way that if people don't spend $300, just stay in the stands drinking your beer. I get kind of irritated at that. So here's my number 2. It's going to be kind of mean because I can zing too.
Okay.
I can. You tell me how I did. Okay, man.
I'm ready.
Your friends suck.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The people that are sitting in the stands with you suck.
Mhm.
The friends that are in the stands with you do not want to see you change. They want to see you chant and boo when they are chanting and booing. They want to see you drinking beer when they drink beer. They want you to throw popcorn. They suck. Most people that I know who want to get out of the stands may get out for a second, but then their friends pull them back. One of the greatest things I've created by happy accident, besides this great course, which is too easy for folks, is the freaking Facebook group. The Facebook group is only made up of players. Right. You want to get around other players. You need to leave the damn spectators alone. And again, I will close with your friends suck. How'd I do, Matt?
That was good. What did you say earlier, Matt, about Magic Johnson?
LeBron James. Yeah,
whichever one it was that he doesn't listen to the people in the stands.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan. Okay, yeah. So this is a sports ball reference. I got half of it.
Yeah. So Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson.
Hey, you get the right sport deal.
That's right.
That's awesome.
They're both in the Hall of Fame.
I can't get a Realms character, so you nailed it, buddy.
Yeah,
good job.
No clue.
But you said Realms. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but that's good.
That's the map
Tuesday in one of our videos, Mike, I said a sentence, and it makes more sense when it's typed because you can see that the comma moved.
Okay.
But you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you.
You got it. Yeah. So let's try this one more time. This has been a lot of fun. Dion, what is number 3 for you?
This is where Dion's memory kicked in. Tell me the topic.
Oh, the topic is what are things we can tell people to get them off the sidelines in 2022?
Awesome. Thanks.
No problem.
So your real estate agent and your lender are not a mentor.
Oh, yes.
Find somebody who's done what you want to do to get the information from somebody who's done it. Your agent and your lender know how to market their product. What is their job? The lender's goal is to figure out what the best loan for you. The agent's job is to help you buy the property. Neither one of them have built the portfolio you're trying to. The statistic is over 90% of real estate agents never own one rental property. And to prove this, the first person I interacted with was a real estate agent that I know is a personal friend who has over 30 units and is completely financially free. He was running an office with 19 agents working for him. And if I had followed his advice in the beginning, I would be bankrupt.
Oh,
because he did not invest in small multifamily and he had never used leverage.
There you go.
He waited for the best deals to come in, paid cash completely successfully the way he did it. So to get started, I would look for information from somebody on this channel, one of the experts that Mike has come in and share their information to learn from that type of investing if they've done what you want to do, and then get into a local real estate meetup group, get into the Bigger Pockets forums and find people in your area that have done what you're trying to do. Because if you interact with somebody who's doing it now, you're more likely to do it yourself.
Oh, I love that. All right, Matt, closing. Let's get the meanest one out.
All right. Here we go. Quite frankly, most people have been watching this stuff for far too long, and they've been sitting on the bench so long they got splinters on their ass. So at the end of the day, you're ineffective. You're not doing the work. You're not doing it on a daily basis. You think that you have one agent that you think remembers even your name. They don't. They don't. You've done one deal or 0 deals. They don't know your name. They don't remember. You got a Christmas card because they have a massive team and they have an admin that typed you in and said, hey, this person spent $350,000 with me. Let's give them a 9-cent card.
Yeah.
So they don't know you. They don't know your buy box. They don't know what you're looking for. They don't really care. Even more so, they don't care. you don't garner a minute of their thought.
Yeah.
You just don't. So if you actually want to win and you want to do something, squeaky wheel gets the grease. Start making your presence known. Start making your presence known. Start calling someone that will take your call once a week or every other week. Grow your network. Your network is your net worth. Because you know what? My network is my net worth. And so I have tons of agents, contractors. I get leads from inspectors.
Nice.
That's how well I'm known. So at the end of the day, if you want to step up, if you want to play, welcome to the game. But at the end of the day, I'm not just better than you at it because I've been doing it longer. I'm also going to outwork you. So
yeah, better and outwork. That's a dangerous combination.
Exactly. And that's why we win. That's why we win. That's why we just won a deal that there were 9 offers on, and we weren't even the highest offer. We were offer on the scale of 1 to 9, 9 being the highest offer. We were number 6. There were 3 offers higher than ours. Why did we win? Because we worked harder to listen to the seller and what they wanted. And we put together the deal that they cared the most about, which was not only price, it was timing, it was terms, and it was inspection.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, watch videos of people's businesses that you want to be like their businesses. Actually, it'd be a huge win if you just watch people that were actually doing the work.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Or actually knew how to do the math and didn't need somebody to show them on a graph. This is what it actually means, because that's interpretation and it's usually wrong.
Yeah, or incomplete for sure. So as I round this out, what I want to tell folks is I have some good news for you, right? I'm the nice guy on this, which is really funny, because if you asked Olivia, anyways, I don't ask Olivia because I'm not usually called the nice guy, but that's okay. In this episode, I'm okay being the nice guy. I want to tell most of you, you are making it too difficult, too hard, and you're doing too much. Most of the people that I see coming off the sidelines that are struggling and probably still on the sidelines, you're thinking too big. You don't have a buy box, right? For most of you, you don't even know what state you want to be in yet, let alone what city, what property type, what size, right? Again, buy box really, really tight. You don't even know what kind of investor you want to be. Are you multifamily or singles or mobile home parks or whatever? Most of you are doing too much. You're feeding your brain with too much. Number one thing I could tell you to do as you're starting 2022, if you want to make a difference, is you got to focus and ignore 95% of the stuff you were looking at. The reason I was successful in my buy box, 2 reasons. One is I stayed in it. But 2, I can't tell you how many deals I did not do that weren't in it. I didn't even listen to them. They didn't hit my radar. Most of you are doing too much. You are filling your cup with too many things. You need to slow down to go fast. I got to get you to the first deal. Once you get to the first deal and it feels good, we can go to 4. Once you get to 4 and it feels good, we can get to 10. You don't go from 0 to 100. It doesn't happen. So what I would tell people is, rounding out, getting into 2022, I give you permission to focus. I give you permission to do less. But I don't give you permission not to practice. I've outlined how to practice. And if you don't practice, I can't help you. So as we round this out, one more time, just any closing thoughts on how people can find you? Dion, we'll go to you first.
It's like you were listening to the call I had with an investor yesterday.
Oh, cool.
She has a couple of rentals, 3 or 4. She's successful. And we started the call and she listed about 9 of her options for investing strategies, and none of them were similar.
Oh my God.
I had to use if you chase 5 rabbits, you're going to starve analogy. Let's find one and focus. So that's hopefully what she's focusing on now, is narrowing down her options so that she can learn the skills specific to that goal. Yeah.
Cool.
That's my final closing thoughts.
And Dion, how can people find you?
Here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, and live streams are on Tuesday afternoons at 4 p.m. Pacific.
Very cool. And Matt, closing thoughts?
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So slow, there's a reason the saying exists. And at the end of the day, I can't execute with elite caliber in every single facet of even just my markets. So what you have to do is become elite at something. And at the end of the day, you'll understand eventually that is what then becomes the ability to execute. And when you can then execute in that and become elite, at that point, you'll be as rude as me, because you'll put in all the time. You'll
The
put in all
Lambo with the
effort.
your rent.
Yep. Yep. I mean, maybe it's going to start off being 98 Celica, but whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, hey man, I drove a 2001 Kia Rio with loaded tile in the back before the crash. Like that's what we just did, what we ever had to do. And so I know, being a 9th grade dropout, being somebody that at 18 years old was making $5.25 an hour at a video store. Yeah. Well, life's changed a little bit, but it's been made so unbelievably easy. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Doing nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
Slow is smooth. Nothing is nothing. So you have to be doing something. You have to be moving. You have to be making those efforts. And I have zero judgment for the people that take 2 years to get their first deal.
That's awesome.
No judgment whatsoever.
No judgment.
What I want to see is people that can, what I call a property, which is you walk a property in 5 minutes. You know exactly what it's worth. You know exactly what it will rent for, and you know exactly what it's going to take to make it, to money, make it right. If you can do those things in any asset class, in any market, you will become wealthy, period. End of story.
And how can they find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, 8 p.m. tonight, Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack, for couples questions. And then I go solo on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube. Yeah.
As I round this up, my closing thought is, if you want to get off the sidelines, it's all about doing the work, right? This has now become the thing. You can become a player from being a spectator. You got to do the work. I really do mean it. A lot of you got to not necessarily dump your friends, but realize what their goal is to pull you back. And again, that Facebook group we have, how One Rental at a Time works, is the spot to get encouragement and share and network. So I want to see as many of, if you want to come off the sidelines, you want to stop being a spectator, One Rental at a Time is for you. I know it works. Thousands of people are doing it. You get the nice guy, you get the mean guy, whatever. If you need somebody to kick you in the ass, the Lumberjack is here for you. You want somebody to help you, just handhold you through this, Dion is there. And I'm just going to keep doing daily I do 5 videos a day just to prove you that daily discipline works. Do the work, folks. Take care. Bye.